Good morning, ladles and jelly spoons, chaps and fellow creators, and hogger harvesters, broken biscuits 1, broken biscuits 2. I'm getting like Dame Cicely here. She had apparently, according to Judy Dench, eating teeth and speaking teeth. Look at me here. If anybody sees that and want to comment on it and make a fool of me, have some fun. Anyway, I need my reading glasses on to read this out, and I'm making this the new Westport news, and of course you'll be getting copies. The copies of the other stuff and the books for the prisons. The guide couldn't come yesterday, but he'll be here today, and that'll give me time to get the letters written to everybody and him to get the stamp made that says on it, prison library, on every page. You have to, for goodness sake. I used to work in the, my mammy would phone me on a Saturday if they didn't turn up, so I would go into any House of Fraser shop that she was managing, and so I know all the scams, whereby they, do you want the receipt or whatever, but anyway, all you do is just go to the downstairs to collect the stuff, and she sent all the receipts with the other thing on it, and she's phoned you up and told you this is all of it for Mrs. Smith. And down it goes. So she comes in and says, you got the stuff there for Mrs. Smith, these are the receipts, that I've got, so that's how it's done. Oh, that's only my way it's done. Anyway, here we go. So, first and foremost, lads, I've got everything ready and written, and it will be going in the post with everything else straight to New Zealand. There's just one part I'm just going to verify, and then that's it. And I'm so pleased that I've had a brainwave, and just to use this, I'm just getting to the hang of things, and it's on its way to you. And the other messages from Max, it's it's just to say that there's heritage grants that you can get, and I've got all the details for it, and it looks as though that was a Carnegie funding. So there you are, plus the fact that I'll check up on all the churches in Scotland and what they got for it, they paid for it, I mean, if they were being used as bars, etc. There's one in particular at Bars Road that was a Bible teaching place, so I'll see how they're doing with that, and I wish you well, and I look forward one day to seeing you again. Oh, and I found out the replacement for the huge snowdrops and some wee tete-a-tete. They're from a big estate special, and I've ordered them, and in September I'll hope to get them to you if God spares me. If he does, don't see why he shouldn't. So nice. Next one, Jeff Bezos. Jeff, look, see that there, right, or that says copyright, see in the middle. And what is it about copyright that's getting you all fussed and bothered? And you're saying, oh, I'll deal with her, because I've noticed that where I'm being very critical on LinkedIn, that later on they'll let me know. But this has been going on for a wee while now, so just like all the ones that had their name to their money, and also regarding unions. Oh, for goodness sake. My father was father of the chapel, and he went to the House of Lords because they locked him out. And then I spoke about Hershey, and I spoke about Lanark, where they looked after people, etc. But, I saw in the papers this morning the amount of stuff you're dumping. But I mean, I knew that, the price of things. We don't really know the real price of things. We don't. Because you've not got a deal. And that's what I said about the lawyer and about Trump and about the sweetheart deal that you've got with the post office. See, all this. Well, first and foremost, here's a wee lesson for you. Until we found the nothing, that was Mesopotamia, we couldn't really go to Mars. We couldn't go at warp factor 9 or beyond that, because we could only count 1 to 9 till we got that nothing. And then, of course, after that, the Mesopotamians invented the wheel, which was most important. And then it went to north of Africa. That's it, the Arabs, etc. So the other thing is Ikitoke Tincha. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And is it Urdu? And the earliest recording of Gaelic is in Sanskrit. That predates much, Anyway, I'm just going to leave you with that then. So, next one. Andy Burnham, for goodness sake, Andy. Having a go at our First Minister. In the name of the wee man. You don't go to her with a broken bay, dear. You do not do that. And you do not demand compensation because holidays were. I mean, who's wanting to go up? I mean, if you want to come, you'll be absolutely welcome. When she says you're welcome, I mean, me, I can't even go out. I'm doing what I'm told. I notice you're no like that with Boris. And she didn't miss you and hit the wall. So next one. Now, you can come back sometime if you get your passport checked. Because, it'll have to be English, right? Unless, in the meantime, you've declared independence for the north of England. Under those circumstances, that's fine. So that means you'll have a Lancashire post, or where will your border be? I mean, doesn't really matter because we kept on coming doing. And when we were coming doing, well, we were raping and pillaging. Well, no, nicely asking, and eating all your produce, etc. I've got it recorded, it was Robert Louis Stevenson recorded it in his letters. Anyway, so next one, we have invisible powerage surge as you go through it. It has just been invented, and it's to frisk you for, frisk. You don't really know what's happening. You're just walking through there and the power comes. And it checks you out for weapons, drugs, etc. And apples or whatever. Listen, you're not bringing your produce up here and damaging our earth. So the next one is money. It better be in euro. Well, you can have as much as you like of sterling. By the way, sterling, the joker in the national. Sterling, which country is he in? Sterling is the description of the silver mines that were at Stirling, and we paid the Danegeld, i.e. the Vikings, in sterling silver, which was the purest of silver. That's why they all came here. They all came here for the freshwater pearls, for the silver, etc. Oh, listen. Oh, we were the boys then. Those days. Anyway, next. So, 'tis the march, right? Oh, that's right. See the guy that's getting flung out. He's getting shuckled straight out of the border. The long-haired historian man, you know. He's getting shuckled out of the border. To the march, to the march. 'Tis the march of the cameramen. Clip, up, clip, up, clip, up, clip, up. Straight over the border. Gov, don't even bloody go there. Don't go there, son. You know, so, next. Oh, and make way, make a hole. That's him. We've got him over the border, and he's a persona non grata, you know, same as you, Gov. So, next, what are we doing? There's George in Newcastle, and it's Durham. It's Wish lads had your gubs, I'll tell yous all an awful story. Wish lads had your gubs, I'll tell you about the warm Colin in Keighley in Yorkshire, Gradley. What about Die in the Die Fed? Well, there were two Dies there. Oh, listen, they know who they are, and that's really it. I think that's really it. So, next thing is, it's early in the morning. Just up, just going to have my breakfast now, and I'll put these on so that you get a good look at how good looking I am. Yeah, okay. So Ricky Malazzo, I'll be on to you next video, etc., and give you a bit of an update as to where I am and what I'm doing. And thank you for the course. Thank you. You know, we are nurses and we can do anything. Thank you, Vicky.